Hello, welcome. Let's get started. Okay, I'm going to go over, well, talk about a little bit in this book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. This is probably the book I recommend people read if they're starting out and really learning how to, I want to, change my thoughts so that I have more success in life or that I'm working more towards what I desire or so that I feel good most of the time, so that I don't have to rewrite, like keep going back into the past and keep having those limiting beliefs and that are limiting you and that are making you feel like bland, uninspired, and unmotivated, and like my kind of life is kind of hopeless because you don't want to feel that way because it never is. So this is such a great book to start with. It's funny because it was written in 1963, the year I was born. And he died, Joseph Murphy, in 1981, which is the year I graduated high school. I thought that's kind of funny. But this is an updated version. I mean, there's so many books, there's so many versions out there of this book already, but it is seriously such an easy read, but it is so concise. And it's funny because I started reading from chapter 1 again. I've reread it many times. And I'm like, my God, like he just starts out in chapter 1. There's no freaking fluff. It just goes right into it. That's what I love. And it goes right into the meat of it and starts teaching you things. So let's go over some concepts. It is not the thing believed in, but the belief in your own mind that brings about the results. Bang, right there. I was journaling this today, so that's what it was saying. I just wrote it, I rewrote it because I love to write. So, what I do is I read books and I write, I take notes, underline, highlight, as you can see, I do that. And I take notes for myself. I write down passages that are really, that I want to absorb into me. And you'll hear more about this. We want to bring things from our conscious mind, which is just what I did. The things we see, say, hear, it's conscious, into our subconscious, where that runs the show. Our subconscious is like our inner programming that actually runs our show. So it is not the thing believed in, but the belief. So you can say, oh, I know I can get this really good job. I have all the credentials, I have everything, I'm going to get that great job. But if you have a belief that you are not worthy of something like that, then you won't get it. You see what I mean? It's not the thing, it is your subconscious programming, but the belief that is deep in your subconscious that brings about the result. If you feel you're unworthy, you probably will not get what you won't get what you don't believe you deserve, that you don't believe you can have. What you believe you receive. What you believe you receive. So if you don't believe you can have something, you probably won't receive it. Once the subconscious mind accepts an idea, it begins to execute it. So how do you change that inner belief that you don't want anymore? The way you form a belief is by continually thinking, saying, hearing the same sentence, let's say, over and over again. I am not worthy of getting a good job, example, or a relationship. You think it, you say it a lot. Maybe people have said it to you over and over and over again. Then it goes deep. It's like it gets pounded in, the repetition, into your subconscious mind. And then it's there. No matter what you do or say, it's just there, living there. You don't even have to think about it anymore. It's already there. It's just in there. It's like locked in, right? And you threw away the key. So when you know you have that deep belief, it's like, okay, I have something within me. My whole body believes this to be true. So I want to replace it. Now, I know there's way more to this, but anyways, you have to change that thought. So you want to repetitively think, repetitively believe, say, repetitively talk about, right? Something else that you actually want to be true. I am worthy. I am worthy. I am worthy of a great relationship. I'm worthy of a great relationship. And it's also, you have to feel it, right? Feel it, believe it, know it. So it's this inner work, this inner self-love, and this inner realization that everybody's worthy of something fantastic, that every single person is worthy. And so you kind of go back, right? I was born worthy. All babies are born worthy. There's no baby that's born not worthy. So I am worthy at my core level, no matter what I've done in the past. doesn't have to determine my future. That means I can erase all past things that have happened because they don't have to determine my future. Like, think like that. So you really get into, you're right, it doesn't have to. So you start to loosen that belief of unworthiness. You start to disbelieve it. So when you really begin to disbelieve it at a deep core level, of course, the new belief can then start to take over. Whatever you claim mentally and feel as true, your subconscious mind will accept and bring forth into your experience. That's kind of what I was talking about. You say it, you think it, you feel it. And when you feel it in your heart, you're right, that is so true. When you get to that point, when you have this inner knowing of that's right, that's true. Oh my God, yes. Then it starts to go into the subconscious, and that's when you're starting to replace it. So that's what this means. And that's what this, I don't know, that quote from the Bible, whatever you ask God for, you shall receive. I forget how it goes. But that's what it means. You can ask, but you have to believe first. You don't just receive it by asking when you have a subconscious belief that it's not possible for you. So you can ask as many times as you want, but if inside that deep core belief is, that's not possible for me, then you sense that and feel that, and you're like, okay, that's the deep core belief that I need to work on loosening up. So I need to prove to myself that that is not true. So I need to prove to myself that that is not true. What evidence do I have right now that that is not true? And like I said, you could start back. Well, every baby is born worthy. I was born worthy. The only reason I don't feel I'm worthy is because of false information, right? Something somebody said to me, something I thought, which really isn't true because I'm worthy no matter what. On and on. You get the picture there. Your subconscious needs to accept the idea you are thinking, saying and saying with your conscious mind. It puts it into effect immediately if it truly believes it. So right now, I really do believe you could start playing with small things. And here's something I do. Whenever I go somewhere, I'm like, I'm going to get a parking spot because I always get a parking spot. That's just the way. Now, it took me a while. So it's like I manifest before I get there if I'm worried about a parking spot. Okay, I'm seeing myself in a parking. Of course, I always get a parking spot. And this is how I talk. Of course, I'm going to get a parking spot. I always get a parking spot. There's people coming and going all the time. There's going to be a parking spot for me. Why? Because I claim it, because I intend it, because I demand it, because it is so, because I always get a parking spot, because I decided that I'm going to get a parking spot. That's why I'm going to get a parking spot, because I'm telling God's source right now, please have a parking spot for me. So of course, God's going to have one there for me. That's just the way it goes. That's the type of thing that I do. I fill my mind with repetition, and this knowing and this, yes, of course, so that it continually stays in that vibration, so that I believe it to be true. So then it puts that into effect. Yes, here is your parking spot. And now when you first start this, you may not get parking spots, but because it's still this little bit of questioning in your mind, you still don't quite have it as a really strong internal belief. So I want you to start playing around with this with something small. And it could be every week someone buys me a cup of coffee, or every week when I go to my favorite coffee shop or whatever, there's a small line. I don't have to wait in a long line. I'm always getting there at the exact perfect time where there's a short line. Things like that start that. That is how you start really learning how to incorporate this and to really have something come about just as you want, and to replace a negative belief with a positive belief. So play around with it. It's so powerful. And if you're interested, this is the book, Power of Your Subconscious Mind. It is such a great book. I highly recommend it. This is just in the first few pages of this book. And maybe I'll cover more because it is such a good book. All right, let's get doing some breathing. Opening up, lengthening as you inhale up, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Inhaling deeply. As you exhale, relax, release, relax, release. Oh. Relax, release, let it go, let it go, let it go. Inhale, lengthening up. You could also set the intention. As I exhale, I am letting go. If you have a belief you want to let go of, the belief that, and just let it go. I'm choosing not to believe that. And then inhale, I am now believing. What are you now choosing to believe? Inhale up, beautiful love and light. I am releasing, letting go of the beliefs that don't serve me. Let them go, let them go, let them go. It's best not to say it over and over again. Just say the belief that doesn't serve me. Whatever doesn't serve me is leaving me now. Release, relax as you let it go in the center of the earth. Inhale love. And you can also, like, I now choose to believe that, and say it out loud as you inhale deeply. Love and light comes down, washing away anything that doesn't serve you, removing, clearing, letting go, letting go, letting go down to the center of the earth, leaving it in the center of the earth. And then inhale that loving, grounding energy up into your heart center this time. Inhaling deeply, opening up, wide, opening up, extending through your heart. And as you exhale, release and relax, letting go more, but also spreading your love and light out into the world, spreading your intentions of what you desire, your beautiful energy out, and that's going to attract what you want and desire towards to you into your heart center as you inhale deeply. And then as you exhale, release everything in clear. Let it wash through your system, down through your legs, into the center of the earth, deep in the center of the earth, grounding, spreading roots, feeling those roots just spread wide and deep from you so that you are firmly planted, empowered, strong person. Stand in your power. You are worthy. You are deserving. You have everything you need. You can do this. All right, have an absolutely amazing day, and I will see you in the next video.